Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, if you can see what's on the top of my head, it's a little bit of set of aviator goggles, and if anyone is a key-eyed observer, they would know that that comes from a little mod called Create Aeronautics. I have become borderline obsessed with this mod. In fact, you can see a little bit of pieces in the background, but we're not going to look at that yet because I actually don't want to show you. Instead, I want to actually give credit to a super cool guy by the name of Bocha, or Boca. I'm not sure how it's actually pronounced, but I will be leaving a little title card, or maybe it's called something else, but I'll be leaving a link to his video that not only shows the main mechanisms that are used to self-right this airship at incredible heights, also the entire turning system that lets this thing turn on a dime. But yeah, let's get cracking. Alright, so this is the Flywheel Express. It is a self-riding airship capable of turning at high speeds, and yeah, it can hit a max speed of 100 meters per second or 100 blocks per second, and it can reach a max height, last time I checked, around, I think it was 295 at the max height. Yeah, this thing can really hit some insane speeds. You can see it has multiple propellers kind of staged in here, going from smallest to largest. I thought it was a cool design. And then one massive propeller in the back. Currently, the steering system, this isn't done, by the way. So this is more so of like a showcase of like basically what Bocha's mechanic that he found, or maybe like just showcased himself. This is kind of a showcase of like what if we took that to the furthest extent. So basically my goal with this ship was to make something that could turn as fast as possible while still being massive. Because usually these things take like, 3 to 4 business months to turn, which I'm like, yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. So instead, I decided to make the entire center of this a massive steering wheel. And boy, howdy, does that thing work. I am so proud of it. Also, if you can notice right here, this is an infinite lava source. So this entire machine can operate without you even just putting in the slightest amount of fuel. All you gotta do is kickstart this thing. This entire rotating system was actually used on a ship made by someone named Boca, or Bocha, however it's pronounced. They made an airship called the Terrarium. Super awesome. I strongly suggest you check it out. It's basically a massive airship with a bunch of trees in the center of it. And used a self-righting system that used this little wheel to rotate the ship and make sure that the roll is in the correct direction. Because it was a little bit lopsided because you have trees in there. Anyway, this is my version of taking that exact same concept and instead trying to make it into a steering system. So this rotating centerpiece is actually how we rotate the entire ship. So as you can see, turns left, turns right, turns only those directions because we can't really afford anything more than that. However, these things automatically rotate on their own to right the ship. And as you can see right here, this is the actual components or brains of the system. And again, huge shout out to Bocha. Just incredible stuff. It's super compact, super simple, that you can understand. Like, you look at it, you see what it is. Instead of having to scratch your head and stare at it for like 13 hours, which I've seen with other self-riding systems. But yeah, this is honestly, like, this is all it is these two components, the analog gear shift, and I believe this is analog transmission is the name? Or it's just saying it's super low. But yeah, just those two components, and that's kind of how you just change everything. Alright, just gonna double check to make sure that this thing is working. Seems like I'm getting better FPS. Just gonna do a stress test to see what works and what doesn't. Okay, so first off, exiting the oh my gosh. Jeez. I think I should just slow down the ship a little bit because I can hear the steam. I think the sound is like clipping over to where I am because it's just like trying to figure out where the heck it is. This is not full throttle actually. Let me see what it looks like if it's full throttle. I kind of want to see. Okay, okay. Whoa! Yeah, no, I was never intending to control the linked typewriter. Yo, 80. We're going 80. And faster. Holy. We're loading. Oh my gosh, we're going faster than we can load chunks. Alright. Whoa. Did not like me jumping. Twin, it's okay. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. The second I left the floor. Okay, so note to self, if you ever go too fast, you're just getting shot off. Like, that's just what's happening, I guess. I'm just gonna unpause the darn thing. Now I can exit the ship without a problem. Yeah. Super, super proud of it. Like what I... This took a lot longer than I care to admit. But yeah, in case anything was missed, I also plan on adding lasers at the bottom, or optical sensors. The thing is, it can only go so far. It's just like, I want to make a system to where, because I only have 15 degrees of like 15 inputs for height, well, really only 14. But like, because I'm limited, I want to see if I can like make a like fail-safe system to where it'll set off like these regular burners in case I'm like coming in too hot into the ground. I don't know. Let's just get this thing running. Alright, and probably not a good idea to go from 0 to 60, so let's just drag it right back down to 0. And it's working out perfect. Alright, let's get it moving. So I have two different throttles to make sure that this thing isn't accelerating too quickly, so that we can make sure that this thing doesn't pitch forward and just plunge us straight into the ocean below. But let's see if we can kind of just open this up a little bit. It's only 3 blocks per second. This thing, last time I checked it, it can go 80 blocks per second, and we're cruising at an altitude of 291, so that's nothing to sneeze at. Unless you got allergies, I guess. But yeah, now it's 16 blocks a second. Still increasing the speed. Yeah, let's call it. Alright. A little bit more. Okay. And you can see it pitches forward every single time it does that. Okay. And now it's 26. That looks like it's comfortable now. Let's try a bit more. 27. Open it up a little bit more. It is still a very slow and gradual process to get this thing running to full speed, as the entire ship kind of just, again, the amount of times I've spent hours and hours trying to keep this thing from snapping out of existence. Alright, let's get this thing rolling. Alright. Oh. Come on. Don't be shy. Let's make this happen. Alright. Let's turn it around. Let's turn it around. Get it rolling. Let's set the time today again. Slash time set. What? Night. That's perfect. Alright, so our goal. Whoa. I was sitting in that seat. I don't know what you thought I was doing. Sir, I was. Okay. Alright, let's try this one more time. Is it gonna. For Pete's sake. Sometimes it's running. It's just going too fast. Where sometimes all the components just won't even be interactable. Okay, but now you can see we're turning away from the moon and slowly towards the sun. But not even that slowly, because usually on a ship this big it takes about 3 to 4 business months. Instead, this one's just turning on a dime. A very oversized dime, but still it's turning. I'm hoping to do a few tweaks to make sure that this thing can actually function as hoped. But yeah, pretty impressive. And if I just hop out of here, you can check on the map and see all the turns that I've actually made with this. It's pretty tight of a turn, all things considered. But yeah, especially at this speed. The only drawback is with the steering system, it does kind of straighten out after you're done turning, so you have to kind of oversteer in order to compensate for it. So again, I have to turn back a little bit at the sun, give it a little bit of tilt, and you can already hear those mechanisms kicking in to make sure that we don't crash, you know. It's all rotating, all shifting. But yeah. Alright, well, that was the Flywheel Express. I hope you all enjoyed. Took a long time for me to make that, so hopefully it came to fruition, and, I'll hope at some point I might be able to get this running and be able to put up a little bit of a file so that you can all download, maybe make a schematic tutorial so that all of you guys can watch it. If you guys are also interested in this kind of stuff and this works well, then I might consider doing more Create content, but at the time right now, I am kind of working on a scuffed setup, so we'll have to see. But yeah, thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Well, that'll sort itself out in time. But yeah, super awesome, super fun. Yeah, let's try to get it going and make sure that this thing can actually get flying in the air for the final stinking time. I've been at this all day. Okay. I just checked OBS. It is working. It is finally working. And I pray that when I get back and I look at the video, that this thing actually works and I didn't trip up too many times and I don't have to re-record. Because, oh my gosh, this has been taking forever. I'll probably put this at an end credit roll or something, like a bloopers. Or something. I don't know. I'll do something fun with this. Oh, I'm so happy it's working right now. I've been spending hours. It's almost 12 o'clock. I started at 9:30. And this is going to be maybe a 10-minute video. Probably half that. Anyway. Topeka, Kansas. Alright. So, once again, let's just go through